Guys, Pedro Morales with Morales Outdoors. I'm at the South Jetty. It's what time is it, babe?
8:30 on the dot.
It's 8:30 in the morning in Newport, Oregon, and I got some messages and requests from single mothers out there on how to set up a fishing pole. So there's a lot of different reels and poles out there. This one I'm going to be using today is my own. It's an older fishing pole. It's a few years old, but it's a Berkeley. This is a medium light action, and this is what I do most of my bluegill fishing, pan fishing, and trout fishing with. It's a really good pole. It can handle. Actually, it can handle anything out there. Really, you can catch anything with this. But it's a light setup. It would take a little longer to bring a bigger fish in, but it can definitely handle it with no problem. Anyways, I'm gonna take off first the old line. Make sure you throw your line away. Don't leave it on the floor. Or leave it at a park. Please toss all your stuff away. I'm gonna take off all this old line and discard it. So what made me do this video, like I said earlier, I had messages on Facebook Messenger, but I didn't have the app installed. And it showed that I had messages, but I didn't believe it. So I just left it alone for a while. And this morning, I woke up and I finally decided to download Facebook Messenger and saw that my sister had messaged me, my brother had messaged me, and my friend Jamario from Michigan messaged me. Now, Jamario, he sent me a really cool link to a page on YouTube where this guy bought like a $600 trailer shell or something from Harbor Freight, and he converted it into a trailer. The thing was pretty awesome. I watched the video. They didn't show how he did it, but apparently he got the idea from a bunch of other trailers that he saw that were similar, and took all those ideas and made it into his own, and it was pretty slick. So I appreciate stuff like that. Thank you. Gives me ideas. Anyways, I'm going to get this old fishing line. I'm going to set this aside and tie it up and throw it in the trash. All right. So now the basic setup that I'm going to do for this fishing pole is going to be basically for bluegills. But you can easily transition this setup by just taking off the bobber, and you can use this setup just the way I'm going to do it without the bobber for bottom bouncing. You can catch bass, you can catch trout. If you're lucky, sometimes once in a while, depending on what bait, you can catch a catfish, drum. Wherever you're fishing, it just depends what fish are in the river or a stream that you're fishing of what you'll catch. But it's very effective for many different things, and it's simple. So basically, you start off your empty reel, just like this. This is called an open-faced casting reel. This is Shimano Sedona. I love this reel. It's a really good reel. Anyways, you start off, open the face of your reel just by flipping it up like that. See, that's closed, and this is open by flipping it up like that. Make sure that is open. Then, what you're going to do, I like using for medium light action, I like using a 6-pound test line. It's a little more of a challenge bringing in bigger fish, but it makes it fun, and that's what I like is fighting the fish. Just going to get some line out, and make sure you start off on the very first eyelet in the tip right there. You're going to put it through the eyelet this way. So I'll do it over here so you can see. You're going to put your line through the eyelet and then go through each one straight down. All the way through each eyelet. And then what we're going to do here, set your pole down, and we're going to tie this right onto the spool. Remember, your face has to be open before you tie this on. So, see how I'm trying to do this so I can video with you guys. Let's see. Give it a bear hug here. So I'm just going to do a regular overhand knot. Nothing simple. Just do a regular overhand knot. Tie it once. Twice. Cinch it down tight against the spool. Then a third time, just to keep it tight against that spool. And I did not get me nothing to cut this with. So I'm just going to bite it off. It's 6 pound test line. It's real easy to bite off. So after you have this tied on here, you probably can't see the string, but that's okay. Just know it's there. Then you flip your spool over just like this. And then I'm going to have my lovely assistant hold this for me. And let me see. What she's going to do is she's going to be facing me, holding it this way with her finger, index finger, and her thumb holding lightly on the two holes of the center of this spool. Okay? So she's going to hold it where the spool is running over, not under, over. Does it really matter? I don't know, but it's my preference. And just stand back. You can sit down right there. And then what we're going to do is we're going to start slow watching it, making sure it's wrapping around and making sure that your knot is not spinning. So it's already wrapping around, so it's not going to spin. And then all you do is sit here and reel it. Reel it, it's going to do it all itself. Hold it a little bit tighter. That's too tight. Yeah, something like that. Maybe a little tighter. There you go. Yeah. And then you just keep going. You're going to see on your spools how many feet or yards that spool holds. You have written right on your reels as well how much it holds, how many yards of what pound test line each one holds. So basically, you don't have to say how many revolutions is a yard or whatever and count yards or nothing. Basically, you're just going to go until your line reaches almost about a 1/16 of an inch from the edge of your spool. Would be ideal. And when you do that, it'll cast great. And you just keep going, man, just reeling up. Just to let you guys know, yesterday I was in Walport, Oregon, and I met up with PK from Oregon Life, and we went crabbing yesterday, and we videoed the whole thing. And that video is going to be coming out on Oregon Life whenever he gets that uploaded and posted. But look out for that. The guy's awesome. He's a really cool dude. Had a lot of fun with him, and we had a crab boil afterwards, and it was pretty awesome. So check him out. Go to YouTube and look up Oregon Life and like his page and subscribe to it, man. Or whatever it is, subscribe to it and follow him. He was a very nice guy. We had a lot of fun, and I'm going to be taking him out in Lebanon for trout fishing. He's going to get a hold of me when he has some time free. This is almost done, and I'm almost out of line on my spool. That's an old spool though, and I really needed this bag. I'm glad I did this. I'm glad you guys asked. I don't know if I specifically mentioned it, but this is for my mom, I think I said. That's enough line. Thank you, miss. Everybody give a hand for that lovely assistant.
Thank you.
Now, this setup is real simple, okay? We have our line. All we're going to do is I have a number 6 hook. Show you guys. Number 6 hook. All we're going to do is put the fishing line right through the eyelet, just like this. I hold it, I make a loop, hold it so that it leaves a gap here, pull some line through, and then we're going to start using my fingers. I hold it with my pinky and ring against my palm, make it tight, and I just wrap it around. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Messed up. 6. After you wrap it 6 times around, all you're doing is twisting it, just wrapping it. You can twist the hook if you want. You can do it however you want. But after that, you're going to get this tag end and stick it right through the loop. See that? Right through the loop. And then you're going to pinch it down against the shaft of the hook. And you have this. And then just wet it. And then cinch it down. And it ties just like that. All right. Simple loop knot. Really strong. Then you're going to get your bobber and go 1, 2, probably about 2.5 feet. Oh, pull your bobber spring down if it's a spring-loaded bobber. Simply hook it onto the line, release the spring, and then pull the spring up until it locks. Then that locks your bobber in place. Then you're going to get a split shot. You can buy these split shots anywhere. They sell bait and fishing stuff. I put mine in medicine bottles after I buy them. So get one or two split shots. That just helps bring your bobber upright so that your indicator's ready. You want to put enough weight to where your bobber is pulled down and is brought up to that water line. That's what these lines are for, is for a water line. If you don't have it up there, you don't have enough weight on your line. Put this approximately about 2 feet away from your bobber maybe, and you don't have to go this deep. It's always going to depend on what you're fishing, but where I'm fishing, particularly in Cheetah Lake, I'm going to start out at this depth, and then I'll go down. And normally I start catching decent sized bluegill at this is actually way too long. Don't listen to that. I don't know where you're going to go that's going to be that deep. I forgot I was going to Cheetah Lake. Cheetah Lake, I always end up at about 2 feet in depth because the fish come out of the weeds and stuff, but still figuring out that place. So here's your setup. You got your bobber, you have your split shot, and you have your hook. Then all you do is put your bait on your hook, and cast it in. Well, that's it. That's basically it. That's a simple, basic bluegill setup. You could also use this setup, like I said, without the bobber. You can use trout bait. I know in Arizona, where this request came from, there's a lot of man-made lakes in Arizona where they stock trout, real good eater-sized trout. And this is an excellent setup for that. Also, there are other ways to get those trout over there. Good morning. How you doing? Great, thank you. There's a lot of other ways that you can get trout in Arizona too. So if you want any of those tips, hey, let me know. You know, leave a comment, ask away. More than happy to do instructional videos and how-to videos and setup videos. Yeah, that'd be something I can do for you guys too. Anyways, thanks for watching. Thanks for the request. Video ideas are always awesome. Peace out. Stay tuned for more videos. Pedro Morales, deuces.